Hey everyone, it's Relic here, and we are back playing some more Voxelcraft on the VoxelSquad server, sponsored by StickyPistons. So I've been pretty busy since the end of the last episode over at the new base, just doing some bits and pieces to the house. And yeah, we're going to head over there shortly because that's where I'm going to be working today. I'm pretty excited to show you, actually, really pleased with how it's coming along. And it's not by any means finished yet, so please don't judge it as a finished thing. But yeah, really pleased with how it's progressing. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to take my Canola setup. Well, I'm not actually going to take this one. I'm going to take the idea of the Canola setup, and I'm going to be putting a new setup over in the new base area. Except this time it's going to be much bigger. And we're going to try and produce a little bit more power with it, because one of the things that I want to quite get into fairly rapidly is getting myself set up with the RF Tools builder. Now, I'm fairly sure that you'll have seen this put together a number of times, so I've not done that. But yeah, it's pretty easy, it's pretty cheap. So I've got the builder and I've got the quarry so that we can get ourselves over to the mining dimension, actually start getting ourselves some resources together, because as you probably know, everything that I've got so far has been by hand, and despite having this drill, it's still been quite laborious. So just actually, before we go over there, let's just get that charged, and that's a really handy bit of kit, to be honest. So yeah, I've been busy as well, just making a bunch of items that we're going to use for the setup, pretty much all of these items in here. But yeah, we're going to go through that in a little bit more detail. If I can just find my sling, we can get ourselves over there. So let's just get ourselves up in the air. And, fell down a little bit, so I probably won't make it all in one go this time. But yeah, pretty excited to show you this house, to be honest. It's pretty different than anything I've done before, to be honest. I don't know why I've not done anything of this style before. So I've really quite enjoyed it. Yeah, there it is. I'm trying to sort of go in a little bit slower. Yeah, my glider control is pretty much an epic fail at the moment. Let's just get ourselves down here. So yeah, I've used these blocks that I mentioned before. I can't remember exactly what they were now. The missing pieces sloped block, and it's worked really well. And if you remember, I said they link up with other blocks the same way as the carpenter's blocks used to, and obviously the same way as the standard vanilla Minecraft stairs do. If I just get you up here, you'll be able to see it a little bit easier. So we've got the main roof along here, and then the other main roof along that side. But yeah, really pleased actually with how it's all turned out, and quite keen to get on and somebody else is using the builder at the moment. Quite keen to get on now and do the actual inside. And I've started to work on the little porch area, using a little bit of chiseling bits for that. So yeah, it's all very time consuming. We've got no windows yet. And I think I mentioned before that for windows, I'm going to be using the transparent block from the flat coloured blocks mod, just because it gives a much nicer window effect, especially given that we've taken the clear windows texture pack off now. So this is my little Canola setup over here anyway, and I'm not sure whether this is going to be big enough, but I've done it specifically this way just so that we've got the room to build upwards if we need to. So yeah, I've started to decorate it, and I've used some of the limestone and just chiseled that into the weather bricks, and I think that looks pretty nice. I probably won't do too much more to it, to be honest, because it is just there purely to be functional and provide us with the canola that we need. I'll perhaps replace these bits of dirt down here with something that looks a little bit nicer for our torches. But yeah, while I was over here, see on the mini-map I've got those mobs, and they all seem to be here. And I discovered, because I was looking for worms, so I was hoeing through the grass, just trying to get worms out of it, and I noticed, like, I don't know if you can hear it if I be quiet for a second. It's perhaps not loud enough, but there's lava under there, and because I'd hoed this piece here, I actually found the lava is directly underneath this block. So I'm thinking there is some sort of a cave system under here, which I guess at some point we could probably explore and just see if there's anything under there that we want. And in any case, probably light it up and get rid of these mob spawns. So anyway, on with it. So we've got the canola there, and what we are going to be using, now I should have brought some charcoal over because we're going to need that. But what we are going to be using is the planters from Progressive Automation, just here. Now I've only gone with the stone ones for now, purely because they're the cheapest. But once we get the bit of mining done, hopefully we'll get a bunch more diamonds and we can upgrade them to the diamond planters, because they are a little bit quicker in harvesting stuff up. So these have got to be placed 1 block below the ground level, so basically at this level, like so, and this dirt here just conveniently means that'll be 1 block below ground level as well. And let's just pop up the top, and oh, that was a bit too high. I can't wait until I've got some better flight now, to be honest. Now I keep saying it, but it is beginning to get a bit old with the whole bouncing about. And yeah, so that one will go in there as well. So that's just the right height. They have to be 1 block below ground. And then obviously we're going to power that up with some charcoal, and we need to get some hose in there as well. Now, I think when we get to the diamond level, we can use, it doesn't just have to be a diamond pick. We can use it, a hoe even. It can be any of the top level ones. So you got the diamond one here, but the emerald one, you see, so that's 1500 durability. The emerald's 2000, and then the emeradic is 2200. Probably better to go with the emerald, to be honest, because, and that's if we can get the emeralds. That's because this one is from the actually editions. I think, yeah, that's some actual editions as well, but this one is the empowered. So yeah, probably a little bit more expensive. And just trying to think what else there is. There's this stuff from Calculator, and I'm fairly sure you can use those. I'm not really sure even. I've not used the Calculator mod that much, to be honest, but this looks pretty much like it's easy enough to do. So that's just any sort of diamond and a blaze rod in the atomic calculator makes this, you know, that's probably a little bit doable. Certainly something that we can look at, because that's a massive difference in durability. So anyway, yeah, I want to get this set up so that we can get some massive power from our canola. And the reason why is nothing more complicated, to be honest, than I just want to see if we can do it. I know that obviously we can go and set up some environmental tech, we can get the solar arrays going, and certainly for the first tier, probably the second tier as well, it's probably a little bit easier than going through this, but hey, who wants to go the easy way? So this is what we're going to do. And then we want to get this wired up as well, piped up, so that we can get all of our canola coming out of here. And then we're going to have a little area over this side where we're going to continue the setup. Now, that's why I charged my drill, because I need to cut a little bit more out of here. Now, is there any reason why that only wanted to take 1 block? That's really weird. I think it's because it doesn't like it when you just try to do the top block out of a too high block for some reason. But if I did that bottom block, it'd dig down into the ground. So yeah, a little bit annoying at times. So yeah, I'm going to just quickly dig this out and I'll be back. Okay, so got this little area sorted out over here, ready for all the stuff to go in. And I've just changed this around a little bit just so that it makes the pipes easier to flow into these 2 crates. Drawers. One of them's going to be for the seeds, one of them will be for the canola, and I think this one will be for the seeds. So I've got a void upgrade on here, and I'm just going to quickly throw that on there just so that doesn't fill up and stop us doing anything. And then over here I've got some coal and some hose ready to be fed in. Now, the way this is going to work is I thought I'd grabbed a couple of filters anyway. I have grabbed a couple of filters. I'm going to have to make some more of those actually. But let's just grab up one piece of the canola. Now, let's separate these out so we don't program them both to do the same thing. So this one is going to be our canola filter. And the other one, let's just make sure, yeah, the other one is going to be for the seeds. So we'll pop that in as well. Good. Right, and we want the seeds coming out this side. And we need to have somewhere to put something first of all. So in fact, so that this knows exactly what's going where. Let's put the canola into this one. And I probably should have locked this, to be honest, but I think we're only having the one thing going there, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And where did that come from? Random piece of black quartz. Right, so I just want to grab out some of the nodes and we'll pop the lumbrax away for now, some of this redstone, some of these other bits and pieces. And we'll grab that and then we can go and fix these into place. So I want a transfer node here, and that transfer node is going to have the seeds in it, and then a transfer node here, and this one will have the canola in it. And then we basically just want to pipe this along. Now I'm not going to have enough pipe either, which is a bit of a pain. But yeah, so we'll bring those along to their respective drawers. And probably could have made this a little bit easier if we would have used the Ender IO conduits, because then we could have just used one pipeline for everything. But it's fine, we'll use this for now because this is what we've got. So that will go like that, and then down into the top of the drawer like so, and then the rest of them can come down. And this one under here will dig under and have that going in. So we've got those going in, and then obviously we need to make sure that we can pull the stuff out. So if we put a transfer node on top of here for now, and yeah, we are definitely going to run out of pipe. Let me just grab some more pipe and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so got all this linked up and had to put these two into separate chests because of that transfer node, but it's fine. I can go through the same pipe because once this is obviously full of one thing, it won't pull any more into the pipe. So the pipe itself doesn't get backlogged. So okay, so we've got this. The canola is going to be pulled into here, but obviously it's not got a very wide range at the moment. So I've got some of the upgrades. So if we put those in here, it should now farm a bit of a wider range. And I'm looking at that one, and it's actually the one just above that I need to check out, which is this one here. And hopefully, yeah, that's fine. So that is now definitely now picking up some canola. And I would have thought it would get a wider range than that, to be honest. Which is a bit strange. But fine, we'll just have to put some... Oh, there we go. It's just quite slow. We'll have to put some more upgrades in it to get the rest of the way. And the upgrades are they're a bit of a nightmare for me at the moment because they need a lot of stone, and I haven't got a lot of smooth stone made at the moment, but that's fine. We can make some of that. So anyway, the next thing that we need then is we need to pull this canola out of here, and we need to start turning it into the canola press. So if we just grab out one of those, or all of those. Now, the way that I'm going to do this is each of these presses produces enough of the oil for at least 3 of the barrels, possibly 4, but I thought 3 was a good number, and it seemed to struggle a little bit with the 4th one. So the way that I want to do it is we're going to have a little stack of them. I think just about here. So there's the actual press. And where do we want the canola's going to come into? I guess the back just here. But we are going to need to have some power as well. So we might actually only be able to have 2. Yeah, so the way this is definitely going to work actually is we're going to have transfer node on here. And then we'll use some of the pipe or pull it along here. And then that'll actually pull it into the press. But yeah, as I say, these things need powering as well. So I've got some of the oil generators. Sorry, the coal generators. Yeah, that's kind of throwing me a bit now. I didn't actually think about the power needs because we're not going to be able to power this from the bottom. It's going to have to be powered from the side. So yeah, from there. Oh well, we'll change it around a bit later if we need to. But basically, we should be able to stack those like so. And then the canola press itself, we should be able to stack like this. And then we can put this up into here. So these will all be getting the canola that they need. Good. And then finally the actual barrels themselves. Yeah, I'm disappointed actually, because I know that it will definitely handle 3, but 2 is fine. So we'll pop that there. Pop that one there, pop that one there. And obviously we need to go and grab some coal for each of these, or some charcoal for each of these. And let's just take that. In fact, let's not do that. Let's just throw that on the floor for a minute. Okay, so each of these then, if we pop a full stack of charcoal in just to get that going along. And obviously we're going to set up the rest of the canola patches as well. Let's pick that up now. So we're not just using the one. But for now I just want to see the whole lot working through. So that's fine. That's all beginning to hopefully grab some oil, which it is. Cool, and then the next thing is we are going to need to get rid of that because that is going to be in my way now. I want to basically, rather than just pulling this straight out into the oil generators, I want to actually get it so that it goes into one of the Tinker's tanks. And the reason I want to do that is I want it all in one place. So we'll pop that down over here and just go into the bag and get out the bits that I've prepared for that. So I'm going to do a 5 by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just like that. Okay, so got that done. And next thing, so I'll grab some of the liquid transfer nodes. And all we need to do with this, in fact, if we draw it all off from that side. So 1, 2, 3. And let's just check. Yeah, so they're all full. So that's working. 1, 2, and 3. And then just grab the transfer pipe. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. And then this will go. Oh, I just misjudged that a little bit, didn't I? Fine, that will go into there. And then if we bring this along as well, in fact, like that, fine. So that is all of that. So all of the oil now is going into there. So we've already got 3 buckets worth. And I'm guessing this has probably run out of canola, which it has. Because obviously we need to link up the rest of these. We may well have to think about changing this setup at some point if it doesn't produce the canola quick enough. So either make it higher or whatever. But yeah, so fine. So that's going into there. And I'd really like to make this stack a little bit higher now because I'm thinking that isn't going to be enough oil to keep us in business for too long. So the final bit of the process, just before it gets dark, is going to be, if I can just grab my bag back again. So we want the actual oil generators themselves. Now the reason why I say it's not going to be enough is because we've got 6 generators, and ultimately I want to have more than that. So let's just sleep really quickly. Okay, so pop those down. Now I'm thinking to myself that I want to put these kind of along here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and each one of these is going to require another one of these liquid transfer nodes on here, so that we're pulling this out, and then each one being fed. So hopefully at least some of those. So that's getting oil. So at the moment that one needs to fill up, and that one's filling up. So we're just waiting for that to be completely full up. And it will gradually work along that way so that they are all producing power. Now obviously we need to have some way of storing all that power together. So I think for the minute, probably a power cell is going to be our best bet. I think that'll potentially be the cheapest. We can get prismarine by putting quartz in front of the atomic reconstructor and the machine frame and the redstone block. Not sure that we've got an emerald. So yeah, what I'll do is I will meet you over at the base and we'll just see if we can throw that together. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I've turned some of the quartz into prismarine already, and I just wanted to grab another one of these blocks of iron. So we can get that, turn that into iron. Now we should have everything that we need just to get this done. So in fact, before I make another one of those, have I not got a machine frame over here? I thought, I so thought I had. Can I not see it for looking? I was fairly sure that I had a machine frame. Oh, they're the extra utilities machine blocks. Right, so I haven't. So let's pop that together as one of those. And then, what are we missing? One piece of... Oh, what happened there? That was really weird. One block of redstone. So let's just quickly make another one of those. And the sooner that we get some of the RF tool storage in the scanner going, to be honest, the better. Certainly going to make this a quicker process. Right, there we go. So there is our power cell. Okay, so back with our power cell, and I did go ahead and make some of the energy conduit as well from Ender.io, transferring the power out. Pretty easy actually. The conduit binder is pretty similar actually to making seared bricks. So you just need this binder composite and then just some clay, gravel and sand. And then the conduit, the conductive iron is just iron and redstone in the alloy smelter. So if we put this down just here, like so, in fact, if we put it at the end, it'll just keep things looking a little bit neater. And then all the way along here, just want to grab all that, pop it into here, and there we go. So that is now filling up with power quite nicely. In fact, that is quite a lot that it would have been backlogged. So the next thing anyway, I need to go away and get the rest of these done, and then I'm guessing that we're going to need to make this a little bit higher. So yeah, I shall be back in a minute. Okay, so this is all connected up, and I decided not to make this any bigger purely because I don't think the canola is particularly keeping up that well at the moment. Maybe one more bit, but I've just added a load more of the upgrades into all the planters. So they are all now maxed out, so it's taken quite a lot actually. So there's 173 in each of these, and as I say, all of the transfer piping is in there. These transfer nodes have all changed colour. I updated my faithful texture pack while I was away. And yeah, so all of the transfer nodes have turned purple, and the fluid ones have turned grey. Now it's the faithful texture pack, but I'm not sure because I think there's two different types of it, two different authors. There's one with mods and one without, but yeah, so weird. I don't know. I don't suppose it really bothers me that much. I would quite like them to go back to their original colour. But yeah, so that is all linked up. And I've gone over to the mining dimension. I've set the builder up with another power cell. And it's going pretty quickly, actually, despite the fact that there's only what we produce is 600 RF per tick. And the builder, I think, maxes out at 5,000 RF per tick. So it's not even like a fifth of the power capacity, but it's still working pretty quickly enough. And I think I was off camera for, I don't know, kind of like about 3 hours, and in that time it's pretty much filled 2 of the gold chests. So yeah, pretty happy with that. And I've got a load more, if I can just show you in here. I've got a load more of the diamonds from that as well. So yeah, pretty happy. It's all working pretty good. But yeah, the thing for me now is the bottleneck with this really is the canola, because despite all the worms on here, it's still not quite going quick enough to keep up with this. And there's no, like I said, this is full because I've only just put the upgrades in, so it's just cut down all of the outside ones. But once this runs down again, previously it was only enough to keep one running. So we need to either build this up a lot taller, or we need to find a way to make this grow quicker. Now, obviously, we've got the greenhouse glass, but this design isn't going to really work for that apart from the top level, and that is pretty expensive. And if I just show you the greenhouse glass, it is for what you actually get for it. So, greenhouse glass. So, it's the actual edition's greenhouse glass. So, this is not too bad, but you need one of these empowered palace crystal blocks, and each one of these only gets you 3 blocks, and the whole lot would need to be covered. And each one of those requires some of these shards. Now we know we can make those with quartz, but if you think each one of those needs a bit of quartz and some cyan dye, not to mention the time that it would take to make that. And it's also got the pack has also got the whatever mod it is that has the imaginary time block in it. Let's find which one it is. It's this one, the imaginary time block. So it's from the quantum flux mod, but this is well expensive to make. So obviously nether stars, need those. I think there is a way of getting nether stars without actually killing the wither, although later on that won't be a problem. But I can't remember. Let's just have a quick look. This analyzing chamber, which is from the calculator mod. Now I've not really played with the calculator mod that much, so that might be a way forward. But in any case, the rest of this stuff, we need all sorts, ender flux crystals, we need a lot of gold, there's a lot of diamonds involved to make that, and quite a lot of levels. And even when we've made it, it's not the kind of thing that we can just leave on all the while, because it does, although I don't know, it might have been optimized now, but when I've used it previously, it does create quite a bit of lag. And obviously we're playing on a server, so yeah, not really sure about that. Certainly it's something that we could do to give things a quick blast when we're online and have it sort of hooked up so that we can switch it off. But yeah, so it's getting dark and I'm going to end the episode there. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and obviously if you have, hit that like button. Again, always appreciated. I know I always say it, but yeah, it really does help me, guys. Obviously lets me know that I'm doing the right thing. It helps to get the video a little bit higher up in the rankings, and when you're a channel of my size, obviously that's pretty important, just to try to get noticed. So yeah, if you do that, be much appreciated. And as always, guys, take care, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Oh, didn't do the wave. Bye.